All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys know what time it is. We're going to be talking about none other than SUI. So let's waste no more time and get right into it. So looking across the board, we are starting to see, a little bit of red across the board as we are obviously going into Monday morning. But, at the same time, there are a lot of coins that are still remaining in the green, which of course is nice to see. Of course, for the people that are holding these coins that are, doing quite good right now. But looking at SUI, it's down once again about 5.8% on the daily time frame, and exactly what we've been discussing is really starting to make sense. That there is a little bit of more correlation to the likes of Bitcoin as well as the dominance for SUI. So the price is currently sitting at $1.69, down 6.5% in USD and about 7.4% in Bitcoin comparative. Market cap at almost about 4.7 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 611.1 million. But before I get into it, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So looking at the dominance index, the dominance index is currently sitting at 59.53%. If I were to zoom in for you guys can really see what happened with the dominance index yet again. We actually saw the dominance going up to the likes of 9.62% just a few hours ago, and you could pretty much see that the dominance is picking up traction again, starting to head towards that new yearly high, exactly as we have been anticipating over the course of the last few days. So wouldn't be surprised if we do see the dominance picking up a new yearly high this week, because if you're looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin has been showing us a little bit of a sideways momentum over the course of the last few days. Right now, as we are entering brand new week ahead of us, you guys can see, which of course is the last week of the month of October. You did see a little bit of an uptick within the price of Bitcoin going into Monday morning. So this obviously brings the question: are we going to see Bitcoin finally breaking out of that $69,000 key resistance? We retested about 2 different times just this month. Possibly, that could definitely be a possibility, and we know the importance of that zone. If it's able to break out, I think we could start retesting the likes of $70,000 even. So Bitcoin is looking great, but I know a lot of people are confused right now. Why in the world are we still seeing some coins actually down, including SUI? When you're looking at Bitcoin looking quite well, this is where you understand the importance of the dominance index, because you can see the dominance index from yesterday went up and currently sitting at 59.53%. And if you understand the correlation that this has on the altcoin market, things will make sense. But if you're looking at SUI right now, SUI is showing some interesting things to us. So obviously the price did pick up yesterday. We made our way up to that $1.75, but never managed to obviously stay above there due to the fact that dominance went up, and we actually did see a little bit of a shakeout for Bitcoin as well earlier, which in return has brought the price of SUI back down. And this kind of confirms everything we've been speaking about. There's more correlation than ever for SUI since the month of August, because of course since the month of August, after the Grayscale announcement regarding the SUI trust, SUI has been just on this massive upside, hitting a new all-time high. But since then, as we are approaching the US elections now, things are starting to be more dependent on the dominance as well as the Bitcoin price, and you can clearly see that SUI is doing exactly that. Because remember, a lot of people completely will forget the fact that the broader market right now, the uncertainty is quite high. And when uncertainty is quite high, of course, you could end up seeing a little bit of bearish movements, including with SUI. And you can clearly see this. We have that confirmation right in front of us. We actually wicked down to that $1.65. Obviously have significant amount of support around that range. So I'm not surprised at the fact that, SUI is still remaining above that range. But if this support is not able to hold, I think, SUI can make its way down to that $1.65 price point, which of course no one wants to hear, but that is honestly a very likelihood scenario that could play out. And again, if that does not hold, we spoke about this in the previous update, $1.46 could even be a potential target. And speaking about the $1.46 zone, that is a 14.58% move from the current price level. So if Bitcoin, remember, were to see a shakeout and dominance picks up, hits a new yearly high, the likes of SUI touching that $1.44 wouldn't be a big surprise at all, in my opinion. So that's what I'm personally looking in terms of the bearish price momentum. In case, like I said, Bitcoin sees this fake out, makes its way back down to 65K, dominance hits plus 60%. yes, then I think, the likelihood of this movement playing out could be quite high. Of course, if you want to, measure how much it's up since the August lows, which of course are the yearly lows, you're still up 250% if you picked it up on that specific price point, which was the yearly low for SUI. But I'm sure a lot of people that have been holding SUI and they're still holding it are kind of regretting for not kind of locking in some of the profits at $2.36. And this is the importance of locking your profits, not getting greedy, because price going up straight in one line is just not sustainable. And once you start realizing that, then everything makes sense. This does not mean, I'm not projecting that SUI's upside is over. Maybe there is more upside, and I still think there will be more upside depending on how the election goes. That is a huge factor, which of course is why we focus so much on the U.S. election. If it goes the way people are anticipating, I do think crypto market is going to have a positive move. But until then, uncertainty is still quite high and it's really being felt. Let me know down below what you guys think. Have your risk strategies in place. I love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.